What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I just want to kind of offer a word of encouragement and tell you, just don't let the narcissist steal your joy. Continue to be the light and don't allow them to dictate how you're going to feel. It's a way that it's a different type of way to protect our peace when we know the atmosphere we're heading into, as far as when you have to work with a narcissist like myself. Um, because things had gotten so bad at work weeks ago, probably almost a month ago, to where it had started to affect my health and really like extremely stress me out. And when I went to my doctor and I gave him these side effects that led to that, just the stress that led to these side effects with my health. He advised me to take some days off as much as I can because that is more important than making sure that work is done. That's going to get done anyway if you're not there. And so I just decided to, follow his advice and make those changes and stop thinking like, I just want to be, stop putting everyone before myself. It's not always about the narcissist. It's just about, you're just the type of person that's, like you this is your life. This is what you do. You get up, you go to work. You get up, you go to work, and you don't change that routine at all. You never take a day off. I have perfect attendance. I mean, and I'm not bragging or nothing. I used to get this award called Heart of the Program Award. I used to get it each year in a row. But where I'm at now, this management doesn't allow our uh, group, our people, to participate in it, and it's for people who have the perfect attendance, and just there's no, they're not a problem at all. They come to work and do everything they're supposed to do. And although there's other people at work who are like that, I have perfect attendance like everywhere I go. And I just know that when it comes to that, they're gonna pick me because I mean it's clear that I'm there every day, so. But anyway, we don't um this is not even what the video is about. The thing is, you have to put yourself first so that it won't take a toll on your health. Because I had started getting tightness in my chest and all that kind of stuff, just with this just pressure building up that you're constantly holding back, going back and forth for someone. Now, of course, you have to protect your peace, just like you have to protect your valuables from a thief, because the narcissist is a thief. They come to kill, steal, and destroy. But it comes a time when you have to protect yourself, like in a way to where you just let them do what they're going to do and trust that God is going to take care of them, because certain battles are not for us to fight. Certain things we're in it on our own, when we do it the right way. And certain things you just have to let it go, because if you don't, it will kill you. And you just have to know the difference between the two. And I just decided I'm not going to let that job kill me. Like the things that go on at the job, not the job itself, because it's never the job. It's never the location. It's the people that you have to work with. There's no structure, no discipline, no order, And so when those things just don't exist in a workplace, everything is just going to be all over the place. And then there's going to be drama, chaos, and confusion. And when you don't have like a good leadership, and everybody just kind of like free will doing as they please, you're going to have some bad apples in there. And they're going to be like toxic people in a bunch that's really just going to totally try to take control of everything and everyone that's going on in there. But you have to set yourself aside from that and decide, I'm not going to go up against it with the constant battling something that's going to happen unless you completely remove yourself from the place, which is, that's just impossible right now. It's impossible. So, like I said, I just want to encourage anyone who's really, really, really going through it with a narcissist to the point where you feel it in your body. You probably having headaches, chest pains, you can't sleep at night, you have really bad anxiety, you know, and just anything that just make you not want to even get out of bed and have to go on with the new day because you kind of know what's facing you ahead dealing with toxic people. I encourage you to just find your peace. Find your peace that puts you in a good place to where you can still coexist with it, but you don't let it like bother you. And so, I mean, I know that works for me where I could take off days of work, with the I work for a school system, so I could take off as much as I can. I have so many days. I need to start using some of those days. I deserve to start using some of those days, and we're fresh off of a Thanksgiving holiday break. And I decided not to go yesterday. I'm not going Friday. I'm gonna take a day or two next week and the following week, leading up to the Christmas break, because I deserve that. And once you start to look at yourself and say, you know what you deserve and what you don't deserve, and you see what works in your favor, you have to go with what works in your favor. And don't worry about, but if I take some days off, I got to think about the people who I'm leaving a kind of heavy workload on. You can't always think about that. I mean, you could think about it, but at the same time, you know why you're doing it. It's all about intentions. You're doing it for your peace of mind, you're doing it for your health. It's important to put yourself first, you know, at times when it comes to situations like this that you really don't have no control over. I mean, we can do all we can sometimes and get better results than other times when it just escalates into, a worse situation. And so that's when you have to step back and think about, okay, what am I going to do now? Because I'm not going to keep going into the fire and just being the only one coming out burnt at the end. It's just like, it's not worth it. You got to think about what's it worth, and it's just not worth your peace. So once you find your peace, you know you have to maintain that peace, and don't punish yourself about it. Don't think twice about it, like if you don't deserve that, because if anything, you don't deserve the punishment you're going through at the hands of the narcissist, whether it be in your home, with your spouse, friends, family, or the workplace. You don't deserve that. If you have to show them that you're going to give me the respect that I need, that I deserve, and I don't have to deal with certain things at work, if you got to show them by taking some days off, they'll see the difference. They will feel it, and they will start to understand, and they'll understand that, can I really afford to lose this person because of something that I know I have the power to change? And that's when you're going to start to see some better results. And I'm not advising anyone, go quit your job and stuff like that. Like I'm saying, it works for me. It's in my favor. I have way more years behind me that I have in front of me, so I really could do that because I don't use sick days. But again, just protect your peace by any means necessary, even if they mean take you some days off from work if you really can afford to do so. Dealing with toxic people at work, I'm giving this advice to anybody who's dealing with a situation like I do in the workplace. Because it's just not worth it, and they don't care. You could drop dead in there. Them people gonna replace you tomorrow. They may come to your funeral, but even when they're at your funeral, somebody else, they've already called somebody up to take that spot that you had. They don't care nothing about you once you are gone. They don't care about you when you're here. They just want the work done. And like I say, you have to demand respect at times. And even if it seems like, okay, you're going about doing it the wrong way. No, I'm not. Because I'm not doing anything wrong by taking my days off. If push comes to shove and they start to ask questions way at the top, that's that's heading into my favor as well, because I finally get someone to come to me and ask what the problem is rather me going to them. So it doesn't seem like, well, it seems like you just always have a problem with certain people, because we all know that it's hard to prove that when you're dealing with narcissists. It's hard to prove that they are the problem. So and I can write a book on what's been going on over the last couple of years. Nothing has really changed. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is how the narcissists, they really thrive off negativity. And I just sat back and noticed today, I wanted to sneak a picture in to show y'all just how miserable they can be when that atmosphere changes, and you can kind of shift the energy in the atmosphere and be that light that they can't stand. They can't stand when you're the light. You know, they have to constantly have certain type of attention, and just always be acknowledged just for being there. And when they don't get that certain attention, and when there's not certain things going on, around, it's like they just lose energy, and they just feel drained because they don't get nothing out of what you're willing to give. That's not good enough for them. That's not the type of high that they're looking for. They're looking for the negative high, you know, that they just can never get enough of. So the thing about it is, drain them of all of what they need. And not that you're doing it intentionally, it's just that it comes naturally because that's who you are. So, I just sat back and I watched, like, the narcissists, they look so sad at times, like sadness in their eyes. It's just hard to explain. They just look lifeless. They look like zombies. And I'm just like, you do so much dirt to people, and you can see it in you, your whole body language. You're just worn out. You're completely worn out from all the dirt that you do to people. But at the same time, you're still not done. You're still thinking of a master plan to destroy a friendship, or to create a false narrative, or a way to punish someone. That's what you're sitting there thinking about as we speak, while you're looking the way you do. You just never get enough of trying to ruin someone's life and trying to destroy people. So you can't feel sorry for someone like that, but you can't help but to notice that they're just in dire need of negativity in order to feel something, you know. Other than that, they just moan and groan, and just, they just make it obvious that they're miserable. They can't help but to let you know they can't keep it in. They can't contain the sadness and the misery. They have to just let it out. And if they don't say much, you still see it when you look over in their direction. But that's all I want to really talk about. Those two things today. Just continue to be the light that you're the natural light. Continue to be who you are naturally. You don't have to force who you are on anyone. There's nothing fake about you. People receive you for who you are. You don't have to do too much, say too much. Action speaks louder. And people are just gonna come to you. They're gonna come to you because a lot of times that's what they want. They want quiet. They want that peace and quiet that you have. They need that because they got so much going on in their mind. And a lot of us have our days. I'm not trying to sit up here and just make it seem like I'm just a mighty peaceful one and everyone needs me. I'm not saying that, because I have my days too. But it's just like people notice that thing about you, and they want to flock to you for it because the narcissists don't have anything to give. So that's just how it is. Sometimes I just be sitting back watching how it all goes, dealing with a narc, and how they lose power and they lose their energy behind everything they do, all on the strength of the people around them who they can and cannot control, and the attention that they receive. If they're not receiving a certain type of attention from certain people, they lose energy, they lose power. I just sit back and notice their ups and downs, their strength and their weaknesses. But you're always the same. And you don't need to be, at the throne. You don't need to do all that. You don't need to have this pedestal to sit on all the time. You don't need people to sweep under your feet and make you feel special and constantly remind you that you're just the greatest person alive. You don't need that. That's what the narcissists need. you know. And so they're jealous of that. They're jealous of just how much you are natural at, just being admired for just being just simple, just simple. And they have to do the absolute most to be noticed, whether it's pretending to be good or hurting someone. Either way it goes, it's always black and white with them. It's always, you know, either they're all for it or they're all against it. Because, if you're not falling in line with everything they want, then you're going against them. So they're all good with you at one point, and then the minute that you're not with them on that, they're against you and trying to hurt you and punish you and just evil, just all around evil, because it's all about intentions. They knew what they wanted to do with you from the start. So that's all I really want to talk about in this video. I want to thank y'all for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.